We're on the first pace lap here in Las Vegas. In every big game, in every big sport, there's always a pep talk. Matt Clark, the pit crew coordinator for Jimmie Johnson's team, just gathered his troops together.
The car's been good all weekend. All right, we had great pit stops last week. I just want to build on that this week. All right, you got a rubber in the left rear. All right, two halves, right? You know what you got to do when you got to pull them. Anderson, left side. You know what we got to do on a little bump there. Smooth hand in, smooth lugs. Dave, you're going up front, covering that deal for Gary. Again, you guys rodeo up front, nice and smooth. Let's have a good, solid day. Let's do nothing to take Jimmie out of this race, okay? The car is good. The car is really good. So all we have to do is just maintain and have good, solid pit stop. Let's be there at the end. Today's word is let's get it done. Get it done, all right? Get it done on 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. Get it done!
And then Matt went down pit lane, gave much the same talk to Jeff Gordon's team. Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR, is the proud sponsor of the Bud Pole Award, given to the fastest qualifier at each NASCAR Winston Cup race. Today's Bud Pole Award goes to Bobby Labonte. Since 1979, Anheuser-Busch has awarded more than $8 million as the title sponsor of the NASCAR Pole Award program. So let's have a look at the starting lineup for today's race with Labonte alongside Jeff Gordon, a pair of Chevrolets on row 1. The Dodge of Ryan Newman with Dale Earnhardt Jr. Chevy in row 2. And then Darrell, the hometown hero, Kurt Busch, lines up inside row 3.
Let's see if we can get him. Hey, Kurt Busch, this is DW up in TV Tower. How you read, bud?
Good, DW. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good, man. You've been fast all week. How's it look for today?
Well, it's the hometown. We're having a good time since we've been here. We've been fast, but this is just a regular race for the crew members. So the Rubbermaid team and I are just going to do the best that we can today and keep track of this racetrack. Last week we got a little bit behind. It's just an epic battle with DJ and I. This week we want to come out on top.
How did it feel to sleep in your own bed last night? That had to be good.
Well, I brought the motorhome out here just to try to keep things as normal as I could. There's a lot of things going on out here that are a lot of fun. So we just played good boy last night. We're looking for a good run today.
All right, bud. You be a good boy today and win this race, buddy. Good luck.
You got it. Thanks, DW.
Not 6 years ago, Kurt Busch was stocking supermarket shelves as a high schooler here, and now he's one of the premier drivers in Winston Cup racing.
I think for the first time this year, we don't have anyone that has to go to the rear of the field. No backup cars, no engine changes. Everybody will start where they actually qualified on Friday night.
And as you saw through that grid, Darrell, a lot of talent, a lot of potential winners starting very deep in this field.
You know, it's funny about this place. The furthest up anybody's ever started one is 7th. Last year, both winners, last year the winner started 24th. Jeff Gordon started 24th to win this race. So for some odd reason, back in the pack is a good pick.
Let's talk about something we haven't been able to talk about all weekend. We have beautiful weather. There is not a cloud in the sky. We're in the desert, but something we'll keep up with all day long is this track temperature. It is very sensitive. If it does cool down, you're going to see these handling characteristics of these cars change. You heard Kurt Busch talk about getting behind. You can't get behind on your adjustments.
Yesterday, the track was really hot when these guys practiced, and it all of a sudden changed their thinking about these race cars. They were real happy with the track temperature, 50 degrees, but when it got hot and sunny, whoa, what happened?
400 miles around this mile-and-a-half track is going to be 267 laps.
And one thing I love, the pit window here. Strategy, strategy, strategy. There wasn't a lot of strategy last week at Rockingham. The yellow flag comes out. You get 4 tires here. We're going to see 2 tires. We're going to see no tires. But those green flag stops. Watch the entrance to pit road. It can get exciting. And DW, like I tell you every week, 267 laps. Reach up there and pull those belts tight, baby.
I'm coming to the line, Larry. I got them pulled tight. I'm waiting for that flag. There it is. Boogity, 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 boys. Let's go racing.
Yesterday in the Busch race now, immediately we saw that second groove working. You see Jeff Gordon in the 24 car gets a good bite. He's going to pull away by about 3 car lengths off turn 2. Good grip in that second groove.
Well, it really was. He got a great shot out of 2 over there, and down the back he goes with a pretty nice lead for the first lap.
And Bobby Labonte, the pole sitter, he's already moved up into the second groove because he saw what it did for Jeff Gordon.
This will be the first time that Jeff Gordon has led a lap this year.
Boy, he's leading it in fine fashion.
And you know something, I watched him practice. He qualified well. They came out here and tested. I believe he's going to be a real contender today. That was your pick, wasn't it?
It was my pick.
Good job. My guy's running second.
Tell you what, Kurt Busch, he's not wasting any time in that 97 car. He started 5th. He's already up to 2nd in a lap and a half.
Well, he and Jeff Gordon all weekend long, what practice we had, they were the 2 fastest cars just pretty consistently, time and time again.
And pole sitter Bobby Labonte has backslid now to a 6th place fight with John Andretti.
I don't think Bobby or Terry or Tony, either one, was happy with their cars. They made a lot of changes on them this morning.
From Michael Waltrip.
Now, you want to see something, you watch that speedometer over there. I'm glad they don't. I wouldn't want a speedometer in my car.
This is going down the backstretch into turn 3. Almost 185 miles an hour, and it only falls down to about 148 in the middle of turn 3 and 4 before he picks that throttle back up.
And that's pretty much in traffic. I mean, he's probably a little quicker than that if he was in clean air.
Tony Stewart, 7th place. Off to a much better start than in 2002. Steve Burns.
Well, as DW mentioned, the 20 team made numerous changes to the chassis on that 20 car. In fact, the crew members told me this morning they have no idea what this race car is going to do. They had a great test here, but they never could get Tony comfortable in practice yesterday. They said we're either going to be the fastest car on the racetrack or we're going to have to play catch-up all day long.
And Darrell, even though we're seeing 2 grooves of racing, I've always, the speed you carry here, it's such a hit-your-mark, line-sensitive racetrack.
Oh, yeah, you drive the thing down in the corner so hard. I mean, you stay in the throttle till it just about scares you to death. And then the car's got to be there for you. The car's got to take a set so you can turn it and get off the corner under power.
And you heard Robbie Gordon coming off that corner. Gas it, ease it, gas it again to keep the car under him.
You set the cars up a little free, as we like to say, to start these races because the things are going to get tighter. The rubber gets down on the track. The cars will just get tighter and tighter and tighter. That's the tip. Really, that's one of the hardest things to do. The early going of a run is to hang on to your race car because it's always a little free, but it'll come to you. At least that's what they always told me it would do.
Yeah, if that thing's pushing in the first 2 or 3 laps, that push is probably not going to go away. No. It's just going to get worse. Turn less and less.
John Andretti outside Michael Waltrip, and right behind them, Jerry Nadeau with a new sponsor on board.
And you watch these cars come off turn 4 here, just right there where the cars are. They get so close to that wall, and you'll see a lot of cars brush that wall off of turn 4.
We saw contact between Jimmy Spencer and Jerry Nadeau coming through the quad oval and start finish.
You carry so much speed through here. It looks pretty easy. You know, it's just a little tri-oval deal here, but you're turning the wheel quite a bit through the tri-oval. And you can get into a guy real easily.
And you can get 3 wide real easily.
Whoa, hello. Didn't like that.
I mean, you just carry so much speed on the exit of turn 2 and turn 4. The car just lunges against the wall on the late exit on the straightaway.
And you need the whole racetrack when you're all the way in the gas, because that thing is going to wash out all the way to that wall.
Ricky Rudd had a tough weekend to start. Started out back. Jeff Gordon now with a 1.2-second lead. Jamie McMurray right there in a draft with Jimmy Spencer and Jeff Green, battling Todd Bodine in that battle as well. Boy, what a week he had last week.
Oh, he did. I mean, he had a 5th in the Cup race and then came back on Monday and won that Busch race. Kid's pumped. I tell you, he and Donnie Wingo are doing a great job together. And
he had a great race car yesterday in that Busch race. I mean, he had to start at the back of the field in a car with no practice after wrecking in practice on Friday night in his primary car. And until they had that battery charging system problem, he was marching to the front in that Busch car.
And if you heard in the pre-race show, one of the key words I heard, he said, I trust Donnie Wingo. I trust him to give me what I need, to give me a car I need. I think that's huge.
Jeff Gordon has led all the first 9 laps, the first laps he's led in 2003. Kurt Busch is 2.5 back. Dale Jr., Ryan Newman, and Jeff Burton, the winningest driver here, is close back in 5th.